On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Mathematics.
The science dealing with the logic of quantities, shapes, spaces, and arrangement.
Examples:
A good grounding in mathematics. Mathematics competition. He has a flair for mathematics.
Pause.
To take a short break from talking or doing something before continuing.
Examples:
Pause a moment. Pause for a reaction. The man paused before opening the door.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
Suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Thunder.
The loud, deep sound made by air expanding along the path of a bolt of lightning, a deep, prolonged loud noise.
Examples:
Thundercloud. Deafening thunder of applause. The roaring thunder was so loud that it woke me from sleep.
Recollection.
The act of remembering or the state of being remembered.
Examples:
A vague recollection. Recollection of a traumatic event. The older man's recollections of his youth were filled with stories of adventure and romance.
Pregnant.
Having a baby or young animal developing in the uterus.
Examples:
Needs of pregnant women. A silence pregnant with suspense. She vacated the position when she got pregnant.
Destin.
To determine or set the course of something in advance, often in a way that seems predetermined or inevitable. To specify or choose someone or something for a particular fate or outcome.
Examples:
Destine us to meet again. Be destined to become a great artist. Some people believe that we are all destined for greatness.
Paranoid.
Unreasonably or obsessively believing that other people do not like you or want to harm you.
Examples:
Paranoid about issues. Paranoid disorder. A paranoid person may have delusions that people want to harm.
Schizophrenia.
A severe mental disorder in which a person has a distorted view of reality and may experience hallucinations, delusions, and disordered thinking and behavior.
Examples:
Schizophrenia spectrum disorder. Schizophrenia treatment. The schizophrenia patient was experiencing severe auditory hallucinations.
Butcher.
A person who prepares and sells meat, especially at a retail shop. A person who kills or slaughters animals, especially for food. A person who engages in the relentless or brutal treatment of others.
Examples:
Butcher knife. Local butcher. He's a vegetarian and was shocked to see so much meat in the butcher shop.
Psychiatric.
Of or relating to the treatment or study of mental illness or disorders.
Examples:
People with psychiatric disorders. Psychiatric hospital. The psychiatric evaluation revealed that the patient had been suffering from anxiety.
Committed.
Willing to put in a lot of effort, time, and energy into something, firmly believing in something.
Examples:
In a committed relationship. Strong and committed sales staff. Our company is strongly committed to meeting customers' needs.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Bounce.
To cause to move up or away after hitting a surface, to spring back.
Examples:
Bounce across the floor. Bounce back from failure. They will bounce between various emotional states.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Gang.
A group of people who organize and engage in criminal activity.
Examples:
A motorcycle gang. Gang member. The street gang was known for its violent behavior.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
Horrible accident. Horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Tragic.
Causing great sadness or suffering, very unfortunate.
Examples:
Tragic love stories. Tragic death. The tragic events of the war left many families torn apart.
Murder.
The crime of killing somebody intentionally.
Examples:
Murder in the second degree. Attempted murder. This intriguing murder mystery remains unsolved.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Execute.
To kill someone, especially as a legal punishment, to carry out or perform an action, duty, etc.
Examples:
Execute a bold strategy. Execute a double play. The mafioso who collaborated with the police was executed.
Punishment.
A penalty or consequence inflicted for wrongdoing or offense, a means of enforcing discipline or preventing further wrongdoing.
Examples:
Punishment for a crime. Humiliating punishment. The judge gave severe punishment to the criminal who committed the heinous crime.
Morality.
Principles of right and evil or good and bad behavior.
Examples:
Business morality. Sense of morality. She found fault with the morality of politicians.
Penalty.
A punishment for violating a law, rule, or contract.
Examples:
Death penalty. Corner of the penalty area. The lawyer was reinstated after paying the penalty.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Controversial.
Causing a lot of hot public discussion and dispute.
Examples:
Controversial book. Controversial policy. The issue of the death penalty is highly controversial.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position, a public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Ardent.
Having or showing a strong enthusiasm or devotion, passionate.
Examples:
Ardent supporter. Ardent love. His ardent desire to succeed motivated him to work harder.
Vociferous.
Characterized by loud, insistent, or attention-grabbing verbal expression.
Examples:
Vociferous protest. Vociferous criticism. The vociferous fans cheered loudly for their team during the game.
Abolitionist.
A person who advocates for the abolition, the act of doing away with something, of slavery or some other practice considered unjust.
Examples:
slavery abolitionist, women's rights abolitionist. Harriet Tubman was a well-known abolitionist who fought for the freedom of enslaved people.
Unfold. To
open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up, to reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
unfold the story, unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues.
Chapter.
A separate section of a written work usually numbered and titled.
Examples:
an introductory chapter, chapter of a political party. The final chapter provides a summary of the discussion.
Innocent.
Not guilty of a crime, offense, etc., not having an evil mind or knowledge.
Examples:
an innocent child, thousands of innocent people. My husband was found innocent of any crime. Convict. To prove or declare someone to be guilty of a crime. Noun, a person serving a sentence in a jail or prison.
Examples:
convict him of manslaughter, convict in a jail. He was convicted on fraud charges and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Row. An arrangement of objects or people side by side in a line. Verb, to propel a boat through the water using oars.
Examples:
criminal on death row, a row of cherry trees. He was the leader of the demonstrators and spoke out against the war in the front row. Uphold. To support or defend something, such as a law, idea, decision, etc.
Examples:
uphold the law, uphold tradition. The judge may uphold the decision of the lower court. Appellate. Relating to or having the power to hear appeals from lower courts or tribunals, referring to a court that primarily hears appeals.
Examples:
appellate procedure, appellate jurisdiction. The appellate court reviews cases that have already been tried in lower courts. Consist. To be composed or made up of. Examples: consist mainly of cells, consist only in knowing facts. This examination consists of 5 problems to solve. Complicated. Involving a lot of different things or parts in a way that is difficult to understand or analyze. Examples: a complicated process, Become increasingly complicated. He did complicated pen and ink drawings in just a few days.
Proceeding.
An event or series of events that happen as part of a larger process or action, an official record of legal or administrative action or meeting.
Examples.
Proceeding in bankruptcy. Proceeding in bankruptcy. The legal proceeding took several months to conclude.
Habeas corpus.
A legal term originating from Latin, meaning you shall have the body, a writ or legal action that ensures a person's right to challenge the lawfulness of their detention or imprisonment, typically used as a protection against arbitrary or unlawful imprisonment.
Examples.
Habeas corpus violation. Habeas corpus hearing. The lawyer filed a habeas corpus petition to challenge the legality of his client's detention.
Corpus.
A collection of texts or documents, usually used in research or analysis.
Examples.
Corpus callus. Written corpus. The corpus of ancient Greek literature includes many famous works.
Appeal.
A serious, earnest, or urgent request for money, information, or help, a quality that makes somebody or something attractive or interest.
Examples.
Draw out your appeal. An appeal for help. He needed to resolve the problem as soon as possible, so he made an appeal directly.
Clemency.
Mercy or leniency shown to someone who has committed a crime or is being punished, forgiveness or pardoning of an offense or wrongdoing.
Examples.
Clemency plea. Clemency decision. The judge showed clemency towards the defendant and gave a more lenient sentence than expected.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples.
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Litigation.
The process of resolving legal disputes through the court system.
Examples.
Civil litigation. Litigation process. The government is considering litigation against the company for environmental violations.
Execution.
The act or process of carrying out a plan, order, or course of action. The act or process of carrying out the death penalty.
Examples.
Compulsory execution. Execution by injection. The execution of the plan was flawless, resulting in a record-breaking profit for the company.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples.
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Inmate.
A person who is confined to an institution, such as a prison, hospital, or mental health facility.
Examples:
Inmate population. Inmate rights. The prison implemented a new educational program for inmates to learn skills and prepare for life after release.
Acquire.
To buy or obtain something such as an asset, object, knowledge, etc., for oneself.
Examples:
Acquire knowledge. Acquire a new company. Children acquire language at a fantastic rate.
Rely.
To require a certain thing or the assistance and support of someone or something in order to continue, run properly, or succeed.
Examples:
Rely on convenience stores. Rely entirely on him. Babies heavily rely on others for food.
Volunteer.
A person who performs or offers to perform a job or service without being paid for or forced to do.
Examples:
Seek volunteers. My volunteer work. The teachers make full use of volunteer assistance.
Handle.
To deal with a situation, problem, or strong emotion.
Examples:
Handle a precious object. Handled the incident. We all should learn how to handle stress.
Proceed.
To move forward or to continue with a process or action, to advance or progress.
Examples:
Proceed with caution. Proceed to the next step. We can now proceed with the next item on our agenda.
Inevitably.
In a manner that cannot be avoided or prevented.
Examples:
Inevitably decline with age. Inevitably reach the consumer. Because of his excellent performance, he will inevitably be promoted.
Drift.
To move smoothly and slowly in water or air, especially as a result of outside forces, with no control over the direction.
Examples:
Drift down the stream. Drift away on a raft. I drifted around for years in Europe before going to university.
Urgent.
Requiring immediate attention or action, pressing.
Examples:
An urgent telegram. Urgent situation. It is urgent that we leave for the airport now to catch our flight.
Extend.
To broaden in scope, range, or area.
Examples:
Extend the warranty. Extend a line. Her visit will extend from Monday to Friday.
Sustained.
Lasting for a long time or continuing for a long time without becoming weaker or less intense.
Examples:
Sustained economic growth. Sustained release medication. The company experienced sustained growth over the past decade.
Decline.
To become gradually smaller, fewer, worse, etc., to refuse to accept.
Examples:
Decline a job offer. Decline in quality. As people age, their digestive capacity also gradually declines.
Graph.
A picture consisting of a line, lines, points, etc., that shows how two or more sets of certain quantities are related to each other.
Examples:
Graph theory. A graph sample. This bar graph shows sales over the past 5 years.
Apparatus.
The equipment, materials, or tools that are used to perform a specific task, often in a scientific, technical, or industrial setting.
Examples:
Apparatus malfunction. Respiratory apparatus. The laboratory apparatus made it possible for the scientist to experiment.
Efficient.
Performing at the highest level of productivity with the least wasted effort or resources, capable of achieving maximum output with minimum wasted effort, time, or materials.
Examples:
Efficient operation. Energy efficient appliances. The new washing machine is much more efficient than the old one.
Dip.
To put something into a liquid for a short time and take it out again.
Examples:
Dip a pen in ink. Dip a chip in the sauce. Please dip up a bucket full of water from the well.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Steep.
Having a sharp inclination or slope.
Examples:
A steep staircase. Steep discount. The steep cliff made it difficult to climb.
Paradox.
A statement, situation, or person that has two opposite facts or features and therefore seems impossible, is difficult to understand, or is strange.
Examples:
French paradox. The paradox of the heap. There are many theories to explain this paradox.
Attribute.
To say or regard that something is the result of a particular thing, noun, a quality or feature that someone or something possesses.
Examples:
Attribute the change to their marriage. Attribute directly to sales. He attributes the disappointing results to the economic downturn.
Jury.
A group of people called upon to render a verdict or judgment in a legal trial. A group of people chosen for a special purpose or task.
Examples:
Jury verdict. Jury duty. The judge instructed the jury on the law and the evidence presented in the trial.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Parole.
The conditional release of a prisoner before the completion of a sentence on the promise of good behavior.
Examples:
Parole board. Medical parole. The prisoner was granted parole after serving 20 years of his life sentence.
Chamber.
A large room used for a formal, public, or particular purpose, one of the parts of a parliament.
Examples:
A gas chamber. The lower chamber. The surgeon made an incision in the chambers of the patient's heart.
Dissolution.
The act of breaking up or dissolving something, often referring to a contract, a relationship, or a substance, the process of disintegrating or decomposing over time, the ending or termination of a group or organization.
Examples:
Dissolution of a company. Dissolution of the sugar. The dissolution of the partnership was a difficult and emotional process.
Opponent.
A person against whom you are playing or fighting in a game, competition, debate, etc.
Examples:
Computer opponent. Death penalty opponent. He was attempting to confuse his opponent.
Solace.
Comfort or consolation in a time of distress, sadness, or disappointment. Verb, to comfort or console someone in a time of distress, loss, or suffering.
Examples:
Solace in music. Offer solace. The grieving widow found solace in reading her late husband's letters.
Excess.
An amount or quantity beyond what is acceptable, expected, or reasonable.
Examples:
Lose excess weight. An excess of exports. The road of access leads to the palace of wisdom.
Affinity.
A natural liking or attraction to something, kinship by marriage or adoption.
Examples:
Affinity group. Have a high affinity. He has a strong affinity for music and plays multiple instruments.
Erosion.
The wearing away of rock, soil, or land by natural processes such as wind or water.
Examples:
Erosion control. Wind erosion. The erosion of the coastline has accelerated due to rising sea levels.
Phenomenon.
Something that exists and can be perceptible, especially one that is not fully understood.
Examples:
Natural phenomenon. Historical phenomenon. A rainbow is a natural phenomenon.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Intervene.
To intentionally get involved in a situation to improve it or prevent it from getting worse.
Examples:
Intervene in a dispute. Intervene between quarreling parties. Following international law, our country does not intervene in the internal affairs of our neighbors.
Likelihood.
The probability or chance that something will happen or be the case.
Examples:
Likelihood of the success. Improve the likelihood of a cure. The likelihood of the project being completed on time is uncertain.
Biography.
The story of a person's life written by someone else.
Examples:
Biography of an actor. Medical biography. This is a well-recorded biography.
Accurate.
Correct and exact in all details.
Examples:
Provide accurate information. Accurate measurements. The official transcript contains accurate academic records.
Dysfunction.
A problem or fault in a system, organism, or part of the body or machine.
Examples:
Dysfunction of kidneys. Brain dysfunction. The dysfunction in the relationship was causing problems for both partners.
Exposure.
The state of being in a particular situation or place where there is no protection from or guarantee to something harmful. The disclosure of something secret.
Examples:
A southern exposure. The exposure of a fraud. The long exposure to the air tarnished the antique tableware.
Juvenile.
Relating to or characteristic of youth or young people, immature.
Examples:
Exhibit juvenile behavior. Juvenile justice. The detective suspected that the vandalism was the work of juvenile delinquents.
Cusp.
A pointed end, especially the pointed end of a crescent moon or the part of a curve that is most curved.
Examples:
Cusp of change. A single cusp. The project was on the cusp of success and needed a little more funding.
Disagree.
To have or express a different opinion, idea, etc.
Examples:
Disagree about a particular issue. Disagree with a plan. I disagree for reasons already stated above.
Gnarl.
A rough knotted swelling on a tree, knot in wood, a contorted or twisted shape or feature.
Examples:
Gnarl bark. Gnarl-edged branch. The gnarl of the tree trunk provided a natural seat for the weary traveler.
Slice.
A flat, often thin, piece of bread, meat, cheese, etc., that has been cut from a larger piece, a wound made by cutting.
Examples:
A slice of the company's revenue. Slice a tomato thin. The children complained because one slice of cake was slightly larger than the other.
Physics.
The science of matter and energy and their interactions.
Examples:
Nuclear physics. Laws of physics. He studied the physics of radiation.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
Health policy. Foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Nudge.
To push someone or something gently, especially with your elbow, to attract the person's attention. Noun, a small push or prod to encourage a desired action or behavior.
Examples:
Nudge price levels up. Give a person a nudge. The teacher nudged the student to get his attention and asked him a question.
Rocket.
A large tube-shaped object that moves very first by a stream of gases let out behind it, used for space travel or as a weapon.
Examples:
Rocket attack against the enemy. Rocket fuel. The rocket launch platform is visible from this hill.
Thrust.
To push or drive forcibly, to impose or insert. Noun, the force used in pushing.
Examples:
Thrust a dagger home. Thrust a plate away. The engine thrust the rocket into space.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples.
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples.
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Embrace.
To accept something willingly and enthusiastically. Noun, the act of clasping another person in the arms as in greeting or affection.
Examples.
Embrace an opportunity. A warm embrace. The woods embrace the house.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples.
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Reform.
The act of improving or correcting something wrong or bad. Verb, to make a change in something to correct a flaw or improve it.
Examples.
Economic reform. Reform movement. The government is proposing a reform to the healthcare system to make it more accessible and affordable for all citizens.
Topic.
A subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples.
A serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples.
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Accomplish.
To finish or achieve something successfully.
Examples.
Accomplish a goal. Accomplish military operations. Humankind took centuries to accomplish true democracy.
Legislator.
A member of a group of people who has the power to make or enact laws.
Examples.
A legislator appointed by the party. Incumbent legislator. Corporate executives and legislators are still overwhelmingly men.
Policymaker.
A person in charge of or involved in developing action plans for a political party, business, etc.
Examples.
Education policymaker. Regional policymaker. Policymakers struggle to develop various laws and regulations to address international trade conflicts.
Taxpayer.
A person who pays taxes to the government.
Examples:
Taxpayer money. Delinquent taxpayer. As a taxpayer, he felt his money was wasted on unnecessary government projects.
Economical.
Providing a satisfactory return on the money, time, or effort, not using more money, fuel, etc. than necessary.
Examples:
Economical use of her time. An economical meal. It is more economical to wash your plastic bottle and reuse it.
Disadvantage.
A drawback or a negative aspect of something. Verb, to put someone or something in an unfavorable position.
Examples:
The disadvantage of a plan. Disadvantage small businesses. A lack of education can be a significant disadvantage in today's job market.
Bunch.
A grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
A bunch of trees. A bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Aggressive.
Behaving in an angry, energetic, or threatening way towards another person, tending to spread quickly.
Examples:
An aggressive war. An aggressive tumor. An aggressive tide wrecked the ship.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Crack.
To break or cause to break without dividing into separate parts. Noun, a line on the surface of something along which it is separated without breaking.
Examples:
Crack an eggshell. A crack in a board. He that would eat the kernel must crack the nut.
Pun.
A humorous play on words or use of words that sound similar but have different meanings, often for a comedic effect, a form of wordplay.
Examples:
Witty pun. Silly pun. The comedian's pun had the audience laughing out loud.
Attach.
To fasten, join, or connect one thing to another.
Examples:
Attach firmly. Attach a file to an email. He does not attach importance to these rumors.
Recruit.
To persuade someone to work for a company, to find new members for an organization, the armed forces, etc.
Examples:
Recruit a good worker. Recruit a new hire. The colonial government recruited militia support when civil war broke out.
Strict.
Strongly limiting someone's freedom, allowing no deviation from a standard, rule, belief, etc.
Examples:
strict compliance regime, in strict secrecy. Too strict a regulation for the private sector will stifle innovation.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
separate video into chapter, separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Daunting.
Looking challenging to manage and prospect, making someone anxious and less confident about carrying out something.
Examples:
face the daunting reality. Seem like a daunting task. My homework was daunting and complex, but it was also intriguing.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
the invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Curriculum.
A series of subjects comprising a course of study in a school, college, etc.
Examples:
a curriculum vitae. An academic curriculum. A committee was appointed to manage the reorganization of the curriculum.
Semester.
One of the periods that the school or university divided into, especially in the US and Australia, a half-year term.
Examples:
end of the semester. During the semester breaks. We must complete all of these courses in the following semester.
Filter.
Any of several types of equipment or systems used to separate particles from liquids or gases or to remove specific forms of light.
Examples:
gas filter. Clogged filter. Ozone is a primary filter to protect Earth's surface from harmful UV rays.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
interstate commerce. The local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Moral.
Concerned with the principles of what is right and wrong, fairness, honesty, etc.
Examples:
moral hazard, moral burden. Ethics deals with moral conduct.
Imperative:
very important or requiring attention or action.
Examples:
moral imperative, imperative need. It is imperative for politicians to be effective communicators.
Economy:
the system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
economy of scale, economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Lean:
having a noticeably small amount of body fat. Verb, to bend or move from a straight to a sloping posture.
Examples:
a lean horse, lean athletic figure. Lean operational improvements often lead to better environmental performance.
Disrespect:
an expression of lack of regard or contempt for someone or something.
Examples:
mean no disrespect, disrespect for a customer. His disrespectful behavior towards his elders earned him a stern warning from his parents.
Chase:
to pursue something or someone, to catch or capture them, to go after something vigorously or with determination. Noun, a pursuit or a hunt, a narrow groove or channel cut into a surface, often used for decorative purposes.
Examples:
chase a dream, wild goose chase. The police officer chased the suspect through the crowded streets until they finally caught him.
Scream:
to give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
scream a profanity, scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Holler:
to shout or call out loudly and forcefully, often to get someone's attention or convey a message.
Examples:
holler out his frustration, holler for help. The kids love to holler at the echoing mountains during our summer trips.
Homicide:
the act or instance of killing another person, murder, manslaughter, or other unlawful violent killings.
Examples:
mass homicide, serial homicide. The detective was called to investigate a homicide in the city.
Statistics:
the discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
statistics for cancer, official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Devote.
To commit or dedicate oneself or one's time, effort, or energy to a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Devote all of my energies. Devote my own life. He devoted himself to studying the history of ancient civilizations.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Commit.
To do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Appropriate.
Suitable or proper in the circumstances, fitting.
Examples:
Appropriate behavior. An appropriate time. It would be appropriate to dress nicely for the wedding.